Selfie, self bomb.
Vlogmas day 20, everyone. Morning, Vlogmas day 20. It is rainy and stormy and windy. Do you hear that? So I'm gonna go make some coffee and we'll see what this day holds. Honestly, I have no idea what is in store for today. His hair. Am I George Washington? There we go. That's what I like to see. You can hear the wind blowing in our fireplace. I feel like all of my different trees I've plugged in at the beginning of Vlogmas have led up to this. Watch this, it's gonna change. This is like typical weather for my hometown. Like this is what I expected. What else is new? I'm gonna take a D3. Vitamin D is really good in the winter, especially when you're not getting sun, and also someone told me it's good for my eczema, so of course I want to try it. A turmeric, anti-inflammatory, build that gut health, kids. I don't normally take those, but my mom has them, so I'm taking them when I'm home. I'm taking one of my mom's probiotics. Even if like all the stuff I've been doing for my gut health and the stuff that's like anti-inflammatory and everything hasn't like been the magic cure to like get rid of my eczema completely, I definitely think it's been really good for my immune system. Like I got sick a lot before and I haven't been sick now since March. Like since I started doing all this and started my health journey and everything, I haven't gotten sick like at all. At Thanksgiving when I flew here, my throat was starting to hurt, so I was like, oh no, I'm gonna get sick. But I just like drank a bunch of apple cider vinegar and warm lemon water and took my probiotics, and I didn't actually get sick. It went away. Girls just want to have fun, am I right? This frother is so fun. Cheers. This is gross close up. I've been without my maca powder for less than 5 days, and my chin is like breaking out. Like, I don't know if there's another coincidence, but like all ready now, and I'm going downtown to meet my parents because they're doing a little bit of shopping. You guys, I'm finally seeing my friend Mary for the first time in literally a year. If you've been around for a while, you definitely know Mary. Mary's one of my best friends from high school, and not just high school, but just growing up here. We grew up in the same like small town, and we both went to high school out of our district together. We would like commute together to school, take the bus for 40 minutes. I drove her like once I got my license and everything. She's one of my few friends I had that actually lived in my town because we went to a school out of the district. A lot of my friends live like 40 minutes away. I love her, she's so fun, and she's been living in Europe for the past couple years, and she comes home for Christmas, so that's like the only time we see each other because that's the only time we're in the same place. She's driving down from her grandma's house in Washington, so at some point in the afternoon when she gets here, we're gonna hang out and reunite. And so I figured this would be a good time to talk about something I've wanted to like mention for a while with this whole like reuniting with old friends thing, and like, do I still talk to people from high school? And I get a lot of questions surrounding like, are you still friends with this person? Where's so-and-so? I do put my life online to an extent, and I have been doing this for so long. Like you guys have grown and changed with me and like seen me go through different friendships and become in and out of like being close with certain people and things like that. It's totally like valid that people would wonder, and I don't want this to come off as like everyone is so prying into my life, like you guys need to calm down, because it's not like that at all. Like compared to some people's audiences, I feel like you guys are like really chill and laid back and don't like pry into me that much about things like that. Friendships and people change over time. That's just natural, that's just life. And I'm a super private person, and there's certain things that I just don't feel the need to share with people at all, whether they're like my best friend or not. And I'm just weird in that way, that like I feel like most people, if something exciting happens in their life, like, oh, I went on a date with this guy, they immediately want to go and like tell their best friend everything about it. But that's just not me. Like my first instinct is to like keep it to myself and like process it myself, because like, I don't know, like the way I deal with emotions and stuff, like and personal things like that, I just don't like involving other people in certain things. With that, like I was hesitant to talk about losing weight on my channel because I didn't want that to be public. Like I was dealing with that internally. But yeah, I made YouTube videos for like a whole year and a half without telling a single one of my friends, like my best friends, because I just didn't feel the need to tell them, and I wanted it to be like my personal thing. I'm very careful about what I put online, I guess. And there's certain people that are like people that are on my YouTube and people that are not. I get questions all the time like, I didn't even know you had a brother, like who's your brother, you have a brother, blah blah blah. My brother doesn't like to be on camera, so I just have never included him in the YouTube sphere of my life, and that doesn't mean that I'm not close with him or like my relationship with him is like bad compared to my relationship with my parents, because my parents like to be on camera and they're part of the whole YouTube thing. And like people I've been really close to that have just not been part of the YouTube side of my life and like haven't been on camera, that you guys just don't even know. Like, I don't know, like there's some people that used to be in my videos all the time, and now like my relationship with them has changed. We maybe drifted apart, and now we're not in the place that I would put them in my videos, if that makes sense. But Mary's one of the people where like I see her every year and I know that she likes being on camera and she's really fun in the videos, so she's like still part of that like YouTube realm. So I don't know if that makes sense. I hope it does to some people. I think it's just like part of my personality type. It's easy to forget that when you're watching my videos, like you see what I want you to see, and I know that sounds harsh, and it's not like, it's not fabricated at all, and it makes me sound like I have a separate persona on YouTube, but it's not like that at all. Like, I'm totally the same person, but I just like to keep certain things in my life separate. Most of these people that you guys ask about, like nothing bad has happened and we never had like a falling out. It's just life. I've realized how much I've taken for granted like friendships I had before college. It's just so easy to get like so obsessed with your college friends that you kind of like don't make as much of an effort with your high school friends as time goes on. I've definitely drifted apart from people more than I could have if I had made more of an effort while I was in college. So while I'm here and like home, I'm hanging out with more people from high school and like making an effort to see them again and like see what they're up to, catch up with them, and you know, not just lose touch for no reason. A lot of those people I wouldn't include in my like YouTube things. There's certain things that I'm not going to put in the vlogs, and that doesn't mean I'm like being secretive or like trying to hide it. It's just like not part of that part of my life. It's not easy being Hannah Montana. Totally kidding. That was such a long rant, but I hope it made some sort of sense. I think it's just part of my personality type. If you're an ENTP like me, maybe you get it, let me know. And I don't mean that in a way that like I don't trust you or don't want you guys to know something. It's just like, it's more about me. It's more about, I would rather keep it like in a different kind of relationship than, I don't know. I'm seeing my friend Mary, we're still friends, and she likes being in the vlogs. Hi. I'm driving to meet my parents. Can't take you guys anywhere. My parents go shopping and they wear Santa hats in public. Anyway, the empty nester is looking at puzzles to fill her spare time when she's thinking about me and how much she misses me. Right. We got one with the best places in America. Washington, D.C. That is one of the best places in America, you gotta admit. I thought that said Tacos, New Mexico. Taos. We've been to Taos. We have? Mm-hmm. On our trip, we went to Taos. I'm guessing that's Maine because it's a lobster, even though I'm making a generalization, but haven't been there. Carrot Jungle. What's that? We missed the Carrot Jungle. I didn't even know that was a thing, but I'm putting that on my bucket list. They have automatic like name picture frames with descriptions of people. I'm totally gonna get this for Sierra. English, Spanish, Sierra. The Shining Mountains. What does that say? Saw. A form of Sierra. Affectionate, loving, good-looking. She is best noted for her gift of gabbing. Has a bold, courageous nature. Inspiring, romantic, and expressive. A woman of strong character and charisma. Glows most of the time. Believes strongly in a positive attitude. Astute, hardworking, industrious. This is so funny. Wait, I want to get one for all of my friends now. Sophie, a lady with a sensible and wise spirit. No. Oh my god, Tyler. Shout out for my roommate. It's gonna be a guy. See? A form of Tyler is tile maker. Not confrontational, prefers to accommodate. An honest person. People search him out for advice. Wealth is not what you have, but is what you are. A bond formed with him may last a lifetime. A trip of a lifetime is in his future. A career in finance world would suit him. What the heck? She literally works at a financial consulting. This is weird. Not one to rest on past accomplishments. There's one for our nutcracker. Oh my god, for our nutcracker. It's Victor! It's Victor! Shout out Catherine Cloud. This is the man that you named. Very creative, original, and active. Very active. A man who thinks clearly, does not like idleness. I want to read some of these later. Okay, what? There's no Kristee or Christina. There's a George. Please stand by. Farmer. A form of George. Likes the positive side of life. Has dignity in all he does. An individual who is artistic. He's a photographer. Represents the highest form of love of neighbors. Oh, wants to be of use. A man who has divine nature, looks on things intellectually, an individual who is industrious. That's actually very accurate. That's right on. Literally, I was just driving this van in front of me, and it was like around a curve was stopped like in the lane, like there's one lane, and they were just stopped with their hazards on. And I was like, oh no, like is something wrong? Like why didn't they pull off the road? So I like went around them and I realized they were stopped to take pictures of elk on the side of the road. Like they were in the lane, the one and only, like they didn't pull off the street. This is what I hate about Oregon. I freaking hate elk. That's not okay. Did you take driver's ed or not? Like, is anyone else alarmed? She had already known. I don't think that it's the flu. So, for my little afternoon snack, because it's like weird in between time, I'm having sweet potato crackers from Costco with some tuna. And I had most of it already, but then I was like, I should vlog it because I haven't vlogged any of my food. On my way to Mary's place, I've actually never been to this house because her parents moved over the past year. So I don't really know where I'm going, so I don't know why I just started vlogging. Oh, this, guys, I love this song.
Turn right onto Cooper Street.
Shut up!
Vlog freaking missed. Okay, so my parents, you know, my parents are like the best pet owners in the whole wide world. So like
I didn't know
they're
that.
loving parents, they're loving pet owners.
Okay.
They're into this new integration technique with their new kitten that they just got. And they want it to be like an emotionally painless process, which I'm sure is a really beautiful thing, but I can't relate to it at all because I don't care. I really don't.
That's honestly how I feel about most people.
Yeah.
I'm sure this is a really beautiful thing, but I can't relate to it all because I don't care.
So tired from all my travel.
Oh my god.
That I went to go take my bags into what was supposed to be my room at my parents' house, and they told me I wasn't allowed to go in there because that's where the cat was staying. And then I was like, well, I'll just stay there too.
Welcome
my mom's
home.
like, no, I'm staying with her. She needs me. Oh, look, it doesn't change.
Yeah, it looks the same as it always has. This is so funny. Yeah, Mary and I love to stroll through our old stomping grounds and make fun of things, and also just like reminisce.
We made fun of this town before it was cool and before we went to college.
Oh my god, look at these hooligans. Remember when that was us? Traipsing around the streets. Oh, the arcade's open. We should go to the arcade. Jurassic
Wanna
Park.
play the game?
The
Do you wanna play the pirate game?
Oh, wait. I want to show this tree.
Freaking
I feel like it's more exciting from far away. Good times picking up tourist boys on these streets, you know.
And then I ended up dating Donnie, and so as soon as Donnie and I broke up, getting
I'm sorry, but I still picture, Mary told me about this kid Donnie in her life last year. I still to this day picture the rabid child from the wild thornberries that they picked up like in the middle of the jungle. So I'm picturing Mary like having a civilized relationship and Donnie just be like,
Pig and pancake? That's where I went for my homecoming dinner. That's about all I know.
You did?
Yes!
Oh.
That was the worst dinner of my life.
Remember when homecoming my senior year, when all the soccer boys, we went with all the soccer boys and they made us go to that Chinese restaurant where they got the cheap food.
You went with Robert.
You don't remember that?
No, I probably did. I remember a few random stories.
Anyway, we're going bowling. We're definitely gonna see people we know at bowling and it's gonna be really fun. Okay, we set up our bowling lane. I made my name Mario and Mary's Luigi.
Ready for that?
You ready for my really professional bowling skills?
The hope is that her thumb will get stuck.
I'll tell you how to bowl. Hold the ball in your hand. Second ball, hold it with your other hand. And then you bowl in your hand.
What could get more embarrassing than bowling in your hometown? Where you haven't lived in a year or two? Bowling in your hometown with a video camera. That's worse.
Where's that one pin?
I thought you were bad at
Mario's
bowling.
still in the game. You just got hustled. No, I actually am terrible. Like, I honestly have no idea how that just happened. This is where I actually embarrass myself.
That's
Okay.
my bowling ball.
You go.
She grabbed my ball. Whatever. You're so screwed. Please don't get us kicked out.
Look. What's your technique? What's your story?
I picked it up.
There's a reenactment.
She's just gonna say Struggle City by the end. I dare you to get a shot of me like, Kristee, it's always one, it's always one. Fine, you got the ball.
That is how it is done, ladies. Mario's in the game, man. This is what happens when you're an Italian plumber with a red hat, you know?
You know what I mean? After this, something I'm good at. Dessert.
Next time, I found peace in your violence.
20 minutes later.
Luigi's being pretty consistent. Look at that reenactment. Mario, not doing so hot. Started out strong, went downhill overnight. Old reliable.
are you feeling about yourself?
I'm very self-assured and confident in my bowling game.
She's based.
Shot ever done.
She's got this. She's gone through hard places, but she's gotten up and she's better because of it. She's like your, you know, oh, what's that guy from that movie with the wrestler? Ah, Buns. Anyway, she's one of those people that you see that like beats the odds, like Air Bud. She's Air Bud. She beat the odds. They never thought she could do it, but.
And she couldn't. They thought right. Guys, I ended with a score of 49. Honestly, at least I got some cute shoes out of this. I regret nothing. Mary's buying a tea. So I'm gonna zoom in on her. It's kind of dark. Anyway, we came to this froyo place that we used to have froyo at. I got sorbet. It's the most wonderful. Oh, all of it. One time we were eating froyo here with our friend Julia, and we were sitting over there.
And Julia always used to say, "Who are you?"
This lady was just like walking away, and Julia was like, "Who are you, Mary?" And this lady just didn't even look at us. She was just like floating along, and she was just like, "Who are any of us?" Out in the snow.
Selfie, self-bomb.
Vlogmas day 20, everyone. Thank you. You too. I love that.
Yeah, I'm on the drum, yeah, I'm on the snare drum. Yeah, I'm on the beat cause the beat goes dumb. And I only spit heat cause I'm playing for the sun. Playing for the king, playing for the title. I'm surprised you didn't hear this in the Bible.